Hello everybody, hopefully you're having a good day today. Today I want to show you a really cool thing that happened when Apple updated the mouse support for the iPad. So last year in iOS 13 first came out, the iPad got mouse support, but it was kind of like you had to jump through hoops to get through it. Well, now with iOS 13.4, it's very easy to connect a mouse and keyboard to your iPad. So you just have to go into the Bluetooth settings and set it all up. So what I've done is, since my iPad can now connect to a mouse and keyboard, I also connected it to a speaker set and a screen, and to see if it can become an actual desktop. So here, let me flip the screen around. So here's my setup. There's the iPad right here. This is the, I believe the 2008 student version, so it was only $329. So it was the first version that was kind of like the iPad Air 2 that came back, and it's really good, super powerful. Has the A11 chip, if I'm not mistaken. Right now it's inside a keyboard case, and I have it connected to speakers, which are right here. These are cheap $20 speakers from Black Web, I believe, but they're really good. I also have this Lightning to HDMI. You can also do Lightning to HDMI. No, this is VGA. This is VGA right here. I have it to VGA just because this display I have, it's just a cheap 4x3 display, which is actually the resolution or the screen size of an iPad, so it makes it fit better. But you can plug this into anything. It just have a little bit more border around it. I also have some power connected to it. Right now it's just an external power right here. You can plug that in, and I recommend using the 20 volt charger just to give it more power. A VGA cable going all the way to the screen. So here's a screen, here's an Apple Magic Mouse, and here's one of the old Apple keyboards. So I have a different one for my computer, and that's pretty much all you need. So you just connect it all up, and here you go. So you just hit any key to get it working. So there it is. It's popping up. And then you just hit enter so that it wants your PIN code. So I'm going to put that in and not tell you what that is. And boom, there we go. So what's really cool about this, so even though my iPad is inside a case with its own Bluetooth keyboard, it also connects to this keyboard. And my iPad is actually asleep right now. Like, the screen is off. It's not using the screen, which is really good. So it's saving battery life and, saving them pixels, because these pixels are working right now. So this looks exactly like my iPad. And as I said, there is a little black bezel at the top and bottom, but that's not a very big issue. I'm not planning on doing like major video editing and all that crazy stuff. So this is as I said, 4x3. I forget the size of this monitor. It can't be more than 16 inches. It's maybe, I don't know how big it is, but anyway, so it looks really good. This is by no means a high quality display, but just for seeing things, like, this is already really cool. And what's also cool is that mouse. So if you start moving your mouse, there's the mouse. So as you move it around, it will grow and kind of hover into whatever you're hovering over. See that? So it's normally a little circle right there, just kind of little circle right there. And Apple did this on purpose because they want it to be a more like a touch interface looking, so you know exactly where your mouse is. And there's my mouse right there. There's my iPad, and you can have all these cool stuff. So to navigate the iPad, I'm going to try to hold this back here. To navigate the iPad, the best way I have found is actually to use command shortcuts. So if you tap on command tab, like you can do the iMac, so these work, but also, and you also just hold command, a little pop-up will come up. A little pop-up will come. There we go. So it says so I'm just holding down command. And so it says to go to home, you do command H, search, command space, switch apps, command tab, and show dock is shift command D. So the best way to go home is command H. There are multiple ways to go back home. So let's say I go into the YouTube app. Let's go down here, click it, and opens up just like any other app, and it's in a full screen video right now, and you can shrink that down by clicking that. There we go. That is a full-blown YouTube video right there. And just to show you that it works, speakers are working. You can turn down the volume with the volume keys. So now he's muted. You turn it up.
We're throwing on a pair of
and you can also adjust the brightness of the screen, but that won't work because this screen is not connected to the brightness, but it will adjust your brightness if you do have a keyboard on your iPad. So what I found with YouTube is that the spacebar will not work to stop it. So you actually would have to click this little play button and it will stop. And there's Linus right there. Linus Tech Tips is really cool. I recommend watching him if you like tech stuff. So to get back home, there's multiple ways to do it. You can do Command Tab. So you hold down Command, hold Command, and if you click on Tab, you get all your apps that are open. So Apple TV, Settings, Messages, Email, Calendar, Camera. And Camera doesn't really work because my iPad's just kind of shoved up on the corner, but you could do a different setup. So if you go to Home Screen, that takes you to the home. Pretty simple. But you want the quickest way possible. So let's say I go back to YouTube. So the quickest way is Command H. So you just do Command H, boom, and you go back home. If you want to go straight back to the app that you were on, then just click Command Tab real quick, and you'll go straight back to the app that you were in. You can also use your mouse. So here's mouse, and you can actually just hover down at the bottom of your screen, and if you keep moving down, it will show the dock, and then if you keep moving down with the mouse, not scrolling with your finger, but actually scrolling with the mouse, it will take you home and then actually take you to the multi-view. And you can also just show all the apps that you, wow, I've got a lot of apps open. It can show you all the apps that you have. So again, I'm going to repeat that. So you just scroll to the bottom and the drawer starts appearing. Let's pull back so you can actually see. All right, so now the drawer is there, and if I want to drag any of these over, so if I just want to grab my calendar, move it up there, boom, there he is. But then let's say I want to get out with just using the mouse. I just scroll down, keep scrolling, and there we are on the home screen. So yeah, this is a pretty cool setup. You have your web browsers. That's basically the main thing you're going to be using with this, is your web browser to do simple web tasks, emailing, video watching, maybe even some games. I haven't tested this with any games yet, but I don't know how responsive the mouse would be with games. But basically, if you have a laptop and an iPad and you're kind of wanting a desktop setup just so you have a bigger screen and something that sits on a desk, this is a pretty good option, because if you want to grab and go, then this iPad can just grab and go with you. You can just take it along. And this is the base model iPad, student iPad. So just imagine if you use the next year's iPad mini, which has the A12 chip, which is the same that's in the iPhone XR, which is an extremely powerful device. That's what I'm actually filming right now with. And the newer iPads, if you go iPad Pro, then you're just going even more powerful. And the iPad Pro has an advantage because it uses USB Type-C, which can do a lot faster charging and data transfers. And you could actually add in dongles, like if you had a Lightning, no, that's not Lightning, USB-C, why is it not focusing? I don't know. USB-C to whatever else you want, you can plug in those accessories into your iPad Pro. So the better the iPad you have, the better experience you will have. But again, this is the base model iPad right here. And I'm having a great time. No lag whatsoever. Everything is working just as fine. And some cheap headphones, an old, just a Bluetooth keyboard will work just fine. So hopefully you learned a lot with that. I certainly enjoyed learning about it, and I enjoyed making this video for you. So if you like this, you can also subscribe and follow and do whatever people do on the internet now, especially in this quarantine time. Yeah. So anyway, this is iGauge It, and I will see you in the next one.